Hello, anime lovers! We've been going through animes for a while now, so today we will be looking at the bosses in the animeverse. Yes, you guessed right. We'll be looking at mangas. Specifically, the top 10 new fantasy manga. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alright, let's get it. Number 10 on the list is Cheese and Trap by Shouldnt. Shouldnt wrote and created the illustrations for Cheese and the Trap. This year is a good time to start reading this classic manhwa, if you haven't already. There's a lot to read because the story is divided into 3 seasons. Xiao Hong, a talented and attractive college student, finds that her senior, Jung Yu, has a dark side, which complicates her life. In spite of her initial desire to expose his deceit and regain control of her life, they eventually find themselves attracted to one another and start dating. Number 9 on the list is Leveling Up My Husband to the Max, written by Uginan and Nuova, featuring Kurlin's art. One of the most common romance cliches is the notion of an arranged marriage. When two people who despise each other to their very core are made to wed, they finally fall in love. An original webtoon called Leveling Up My Husband to the Max follows Amber as she awaits her death sentence. She thought back on the previous 10 years of her life and felt regret for the way she had lived before the Emperor had falsely accused her. Amber, however, is transferred back to her 20-year-old self on the day of her wedding, rather than being executed. Number 8 on the list is The Gamer, with illustration by Sang Ah and writing by Sung Sang-young. Sung Sang-young wrote The Gamer, while Sang Ah created the illustrations. Fans of this manhwa are hoping for an anime adaptation. Jihan enjoys playing video games. Therefore, he is astonished to learn that he has the ability to experience reality as a role-playing game. Jihan has the ability to level up, acquire skills, and even view people's levels and the status of objects. But this power isn't exactly tranquil. Others have the same, and even more potent skills as Jihan, while some creatures must be defeated much like in a traditional role-playing game. Number 7 on the list is Noblesse by Ji-Hoo-san, with illustrations by Kwang-Soo Lee. Noblesse is a manhwa that was turned into an anime through Crunchyroll, making it an absolute must-read. Before it was finished, it received an OVA, and it is currently getting a full-fledged anime adaptation. The story, which was written by Jae-ho-san and illustrated by Kwang-Soo Lee, retells the tired tale of vampires and Frankenstein. After 820 years of sleep, Rai discovers that the world has undergone a significant transformation. Together with his devoted assistant, Frankenstein, he resolves to start again in life and become accustomed to contemporary society. However, there isn't peace because attackers who go by the name of the Unions are present. Number 6 on our list is Girls of the Wild. Hun's text is illustrated by Zina. Hun wrote the book Girls of the Wild, and Zina did the illustrations. This series is certain to pique the interest of fans of harem anime and manga. Wild's High, a private fighting school for girls only for 42 years, recently transitioned to a mixed-gender environment. Song Jae-gu, the only male student, accepts an offer of a 3-year scholarship that is not based on academic performance. But after unintentionally angering Queen, the Wild's league champion, his academic life becomes more difficult than he anticipated. This manga is sure to please fans of My Dress-Up Darling or Rent a Girlfriend. Number 5 on our list is A Business Proposal. Business Proposal has undoubtedly been mentioned by anyone who has been actively following K-drama fandoms over the past few months. Reading this manga while you wait for a new episode is a great idea because it was recently turned into a K-drama. After Hari consents to go on a blind date for her best friend, business proposal ensues. In addition, Hari wants to end unwanted planned marriages. Hari entered it believing it would be simple money, but she soon discovered it wouldn't be a simple chore. The new CEO of her company, Taemu, is then introduced to her. He's in a similar circumstance, so they decide to pose as a couple. Number 4 on our list is Solo Leveling. Chugang wrote the text. Dubu and Red Eye Studio created the art. Given how many fans have been engrossed in its narrative, some have definitely seen this manhwa around. Like many other manhwa, it is based on a book of the same name, and it is lauded for its fantasy setting and exciting action. Sung Jin-woo, an E-rank hunter, is the focal point of Solo Leveling. He stumbles onto a dungeon that he alone can see and levels up there. His objective is to rise to the strongest rank in the world, the S-rank hunter. Number 3 on the list is The Druid of Seoul Station, a work by Jin Sol-woo, Mun Sung-ho, and Live Bear. Fans of science fiction and isekai will love The Druid of Seoul Station. It centers on Suho, a typical man from Seoul. He first merely carries on with his regular routines. He is then isekai'd into a terrible existence. Monsters are free to roam, and the sky boasts 2 moons. Compared to its rivals, the Druid of Seoul Station is distinctive. When Suho returns home, he is horrified to find that his world has been overrun by those very monsters. It features dynamic storytelling and is action-packed and graphic. Once readers begin reading the story, they won't be able to put it down. Number 2 on the list is Advent of the Dark Mage, 66,666 Years by Hua Bong, adapted by Taru with illustrations by Pasa. The web novel by Hua Bong with the same name serves as the basis for the movie 66,666 Years, Advent of the Dark Mage. The plot centers on Diablo, a dark mage who spent 66,666 years in limbo after being imprisoned by 12 unidentified gods. He was then reborn into a caring family. He adopted the name Jamie Welton and retained his old-fashioned personality as well as all of his memories from his previous life. He now seeks retribution against the 12 gods who banished him for tens of thousands of years. Number 1 on the list is Tower of God by Sue. If you haven't read Tower of God, or if you don't remember much, now is the time to do so. It's still worthwhile to read it again, even if you remember everything. Now available on Crunchyroll Originals, this manhwa is a gem. This manhwa has a lengthy history, and may be one of the longest ones available. Since 2010, Tower of God has been divided into 3 seasons, and there are no immediate plans to put an end to it. Many Tower of God viewers are hoping for a second season to explore the real beginning of Bam's story. After the first season's conclusion, you'll spend hours staring at your computer screen if you read these fantastical manhwas. Therefore, be careful to keep snacks and beverages close by. Remember to take pauses and remember to rest in between. Of course, I'm joking. Get ready for fantastic fantasy novels that will wow you.